I've been waiting for is finally here. It's time to start work building the greatest dive locker the world has ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome to Divers Ready. My name's James. It's so great to see all of your smiling faces. If you haven't done so already, you're really going to want to subscribe to this channel because we make videos with one single goal in mind, and that's to help make you a better diver. Like, for example, this week, part one, where we're going to check out my plans to build the greatest dive locker the world has ever seen. Come with me. So Karina and I bought this house in August of last year, but we inherited tenants, so obviously we had to honor their lease, and they don't move out until the end of March. However, the house comes with a detached garage, and the detached garage is not part of the lease, which means I can start building out the dive locker now. Basically, as soon as I had a break in my teaching schedule, we're going to jump into it. We bought the oldest, worst conditioned house in quite a nice neighborhood. It needs a hell of a lot of work. This will be a prime example of that. Obviously, I'm gonna make a whole series of videos on this build out. This is kind of like the before video. So we just see what the conditions are and kind of prep it, prime it. Let's go inside and see what we're starting with. So this is it. This is the space we're dealing with. It used to be a car garage. They've obviously blocked up the roller shutter door down this end and made a square room. As you can see, it's a beautiful luminous shade of pink because the previous owner used this as like a bridal suite. Did hair and makeup and things for wedding parties. And now we're going to turn it into the greatest dive locker that the world has ever seen. There's a hell of a lot of work to be done. We've got to get these shutters out of here today. There's a whole bunch of hurricane shutters and screen doors. They've got to go, move out of here. And we're going to rip up this horrible laminate flooring, which is already broken up in pieces anyway. I feel a B-roll montage coming on, so we should probably hit that now. Woo! Those shutters are annoying. Managed to cut both sleeves. All those shutters have gone from there now. So it's time to rip this damn flooring up. That's the laminate flooring up. It's actually made the echo worse in here, of course. Now I've got to put up the underlay and the waterproofing, and then it's time to start taping out where everything should go, and then I can walk you through a rough kind of layout of the place, or at least my idea as I see it right now. Right, that's the worst of the underlay up. We've got a pretty decent concrete floor here. It's a little bit dinged up, but nothing we can't level out. Just sweeping up now so I can actually put the tape down and measure out where I want all the different parts of the Dream Dive Locker. Hashtag Dream Dive Locker. Okay, so I've pretty much got the room where I want it to be at the end of the first day. There's a whole ton of blue tape on the walls here that are kind of mapping out for my general contractor what I want the room to be and what the different purposes of the areas are. So I'm going to use those now to walk you through the plan as it stands right now, but please bear in mind everything is subject to change. The big challenge with this room is it's got to perform a lot of different functions. It's essentially a gear drying and storing room. So if you think about the wet room in any dive center or the rental room in any dive center, it's got to do all of those jobs, be able to rinse gear, dry gear, and store gear safe and securely. But then it's also got to be my studio, my office, and my classroom, which means there's going to be a lot of electronics here, my computer, my monitor, my speakers. Historically, water and a lot of electricity don't really mix so well. So a number of things we've got to do to take care of that, starting with separating this large, long space into two distinct rooms. Just about here, we're going to have a 7-foot wall that extends out about 43 inches, giving a standard 30-inch doorway in the middle of it. Everything in front of me here, where you guys are right now, is going to be the gear storage. Everything behind me will be office, classroom, electronics and dry space. There's going to be a 7-foot hanging rail here for wetsuits. Basically it's going to come out about 2 feet off of the wall. BCDs will hang here with some storage underneath because BCDs are shorter. And then full length wetsuits and my dry suit here in the corner, which will go pretty much 7 foot to the floor. And maybe a rack on the bottom for booties, we'll see. And then over here in this corner on the wall that runs the short length, let me just pull that back a bit as well. We'll have a drying rack over here, which will be maybe yay wide. So gear that's just been used will hang there until it's dry, ready to be put away. And then this space over here will be shelves used for regulators and masks, and then fins probably hanging down below, all the way around. This wall over here, where the door is, we're going to have a, let me just see if I can tilt up there. We're going to have to mount a wall-mounted dehumidifier here to control the moisture in the room, because otherwise that's going to mess with the electronics, I'm pretty certain. I know putting an AC in, and I'll look at that in a moment, is going to do something for the humidity, but it's probably not going to be enough. And then down here, we'll do a 2-inch utility sink in the middle of this wall with a draining board on one side. This will be used for like our small electronics, torches, cameras, that kind of stuff, that I don't want to dunk in the massive rinse tank. Rinse tank, by the way, is outside. I have to show you guys that. This space here, I'm not really sure at the moment. It's kind of like right by the door when you come in, so it'll probably just end up being a trash can or something, I don't know. More storage underneath there, probably a regulator rack. Keep the regulators nice and organised. Will go underneath the draining board. Here is the split level AC, so we're putting a brand new AC in here, and obviously unit on the outside, and then like what would normally be an overdoor unit here, which will be above the 7-foot return wall. That's going to help with the humidity. Big challenge we have right now at home is that some of our gear is stored in the garage, some of our gear is stored in my office, and then my office is also my office, my workspace, where you guys are used to seeing me record videos. The big trouble with that is our stuff is spread everywhere, and it's not a great idea to leave dive gear in a garage in Florida in the summer times. You know, anything that's rubber is going to get completely corroded and just go to crap, and it's just going to age your gear beyond the point it needs to be. So we wanted to make sure that we had a completely air-conditioned space where all our dive gear can live, because right now all our regulators live in my wife's closet, like next to her handbags, and she'd probably appreciate having some of that space back, I would imagine. And then we've got a drawer underneath her boots that have my dive wings. Yeah, it's just a real mess at the moment. So this will be great because it'll be a purpose-built space with the whole room air-conditioned, and we can store whatever we want here. So then with those two walls in place, which you're imagining right now, we will go through this doorway, and I will put you down in my corner here. And welcome to my office. Desk height, standing desk, monitor, floating shelves for my speakers, and then a security camera monitor up above. I work off of a MacBook, so I'll have space for my MacBook and drives and all that good stuff on the desk itself. And then probably a nice piece of art right here. Don't know what yet. This space here below the window, just this space here, you can see the double lines there where the wall's going to come down on this side. But I've got a pretty good kind of 3-foot space there, so I'm probably going to turn that into an armchair, or put a fridge there, or maybe a little low workbench to build doubles on. I'm not entirely sure yet. We shall see. Counter height, probably about this height for the workbench. Big charging station, obviously 10 sockets, lights, scuba lamps, dive lights, video lights, camera batteries, all that good stuff. Just a full-on charging station as best as can be. And then more dry storage up there. So shelf for box storage at the very top, which will run pretty much the width of the room. And then that corner there with the backlit shelving will probably be my backdrop for videos going forwards. Feeling pretty good about the space now. I'm very happy that we got it taped out so I can kind of, you know, it feels like it's coming to life. I feel like the storage room may be a little bit too big. I did divide the room 50-50, that wall is in the middle, but maybe that wall gets pushed that way a little bit to make the storage room slightly smaller and the office slightly bigger. We will see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. This is the first video. It's a little bit rough and ready because I'm running and gunning here trying to get work done and make little snippets of video. But I hope you enjoyed this little peek behind the curtain of what's going to be the greatest dive locker the world has ever seen, I hope. I'm just super stoked to have this great space that is going to house all of my dive gear, all of my wife's dive gear, she's got almost as much as me, and be a creative office where I can make videos, teach classes, and just hang out and talk diving. If you want to follow my journey, don't forget to make your next dive on that subscribe button if you haven't done already. Click that little bell icon and give this video the old thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And in the comments below, I'd really love it if you could let me know what would make your dream dive locker. What features would you have in it? Would you have a beer fridge? Would you have a couch? Would you have a TV or not? Or a camera station? Or what do you think is important? What am I missing here? I take inspiration from you guys. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, my name's James. This was your Divers Ready video for this week, the first in the Dream Dive Locker playlist series. Dive safe, dive often, guys. Woo!